right, y'all. We back with another video, man. Y'all already know what's going on, all right? Now, after taking a little day off, I came across this clip, right? Now, y'all know we do a lot of videos on the NFL. We do a lot of videos, NBA, sport topics, especially since the movie Him came out and so on, right? So I saw this short clip that was recent. I think it might have been an interview done a couple of days ago from a former NBA player named Trey Burke. Now, a lot of you NBA fans, you're going to know who Trey Burke is, right? In the clip that I'm going to show you, he says something very simple, but he talked about the doors that some of the higher players, the superstar players, took in the NBA. And he said a lot of the stuff that they do is demonic and dark, right? Something that we already know. And when I saw that clip, another clip popped up. You watch something else is gonna pop up along that topic, right? And it was from a creator on TikTok I've seen before. And it was talking about Derrick Rose's injury being fake. And I think that injury was back in 2011, 2012, something like that, at the peak of his career, right? I said, all right, we got to talk about this because I've never talked about Derrick Rose, but a lot of people have talked about this theory, even dating all the way back to, what's dude's name? Rashad Jamal. He even talked about his injury being faked as well, right? Now, I just recently was talking about it with the NFL and the rituals that they do, lining up injuries to be the same as an injury that happened 20 years ago. We just did a video about this topic with the NFL. So we know they create rituals around injuries, right? Now, in Derrick Rose's case, I fully believe as well that this injury was not real, that it was faked for deeper purposes. Now, a lot of people think, hey, Derrick Rose didn't do the rituals. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. So they had to fake his injury and, basically stop him from being as big as LeBron. Or if you wanted to be one of the biggest players in the NBA, you had to go through with the sacrifices. You had to choose one of those doors, whether it was going to be, something zesty or something, right? You got to choose one of those doors. Now, I think he did choose one of those doors at first, but he didn't continue with it because I just don't feel like no man is going to get a giant triangle tattoo in the middle of his neck and then pick Godspeed over that triangle. Now, obviously, after that injury, Derrick Rose continued to play in the NBA for a long time, but he never reached the peak that he was going to reach. And I believe that injury was faked to stop him from doing that. Now, I want to play this short clip as well when I think he was on the Matt Hoffa podcast where he talked about escaping out of the circus of the NBA that I thought was very interesting. So without me talking too much, as I usually do in the intro, let's go ahead and jump into this clip. That being said, check this out.
Before, it was kind of just about basketball. Let me just see how good I can be in basketball. You know what I mean? But once I found that deeper purpose, it made me kind of understand life at a deeper level. And I'm still on that journey till this day.
Yes, sir.
I'm still on that journey. And I think athletes need to know that. There's a lot of athletes out here that just want to make it to the NFL, just want to make it to the NBA. You got Instagram, Facebook, you got so much distractions, and they just looking at the lifestyle, but they don't know what's going on inside of the person. They don't know what's really going on.
Man, you made it to the league, bro. It's a whole, they don't put the emphasis on it. I feel like we should get because it's
1%.
It's a prestigious fraternity, bro. Straight up, it's not. It's just something that ain't easy to do. So I commend everybody.
I look at it like everybody in the world who ever played basketball wanted to go to the NBA, bro. Every kid from every state,
from across seas,
Country.
everything. And some of the people that got to do that, bro, it's a small list, bro. It's 1%, bro.
So I just feel like it need to be more respect on the guys who they don't look at as the so-called superstars. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
cause it's so much going on, bro. Like, and I don't even want to get into all that, but a lot of like, bro, like some niggas, bro, some superstars took a different route. I'm gonna be real. Like,
real shit.
some superstars took a different route, and I ain't get on here to talk about that much. But some of that shit come with some demonic shit, some dark shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Some of that shit, like, it get real. You know.
Hey, first and foremost, I'm gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh by Shema Shabashim Kakodash, the bull, our apostles, and the Elder Stone for giving us this some truth, and blessed be to elect. What could have been, what should have been, if only he ... What could have been, what should have been, Derrick Rose, right? Because he was what, the MVP? Hey, man. He could have been better or bigger than Jordan, man, in Chicago. If only he sold out. Which, hey, man, I believe he faked his injury, man. But hey, man, like he said, the guy in the video, these top guys, these top superstars, hey, man, they done a lot of wickedness, man. A lot of crazy shit to become popular, man. Look at D Wade, his son. He sacrificed his son. Look at Magic Johnson. Look at MJ. Even though personally, he's my GOAT. I got him number 1, Kobe number 2, right? But hey, you see what happened to MJ's father. And overall, just look at these athletes, man. Especially today's NBA, man. They're all weirdos. They got their nails painted, tattoos everywhere. Carrying purses. Hey, man, these athletes, man, are a bunch of weirdos, man.
So I appreciate my journey. I appreciate my career. I appreciate my legacy, as I also stood for a lot, and I took a lot of hits for who I was as a person too. Like, I don't talk about the situation a lot, but I took it real. I went through a lot with that. You know what I mean? In Dallas, after I really established myself in Dallas,
They held that against you?
yeah, and I don't really get into it a lot on camera because I still respect that organization a lot, bro. That organization did a lot for me and my family. I love the Dallas Mavericks, but I think it was bigger than the Dallas Mavericks. It wasn't just the Dallas Mavericks that held it against me. It was bigger than that. It was a whole agenda in place for anyone who didn't conform to getting. I decided not to. I got kids. I had to explain to them that I just don't. Yeah. I don't agree with anybody telling you to do something that go against your will, go against your belief system.
Now, who you just heard?
So hey, man, you see the video, man. He didn't want to do things that's against his morals, man. You know what he's talking about. Going through the doors. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And all these guys that are considered GOATs, look what they all had to do, man, to become one of the best to ever do it. To reach GOAT status, to be in that GOAT conversation. Hey, man, they had to do a lot of crazy shit, man. So this is Proverbs 3 and 31. GNT, don't be jealous of violent people or decide to act as they do, because the Lord Yahweh hates people who do evil, but he takes righteous people into his confidence. The Lord Yahweh puts a curse on the homes of the wicked, but blesses the homes of the righteous. And amen. When you look at these, athletes, YouTubers, don't be, jealous of these people, man. Because, hey, man, one thing about Jake sees, these athletes, their Instagram, their Facebook, their Twitter, they see all the cars, the flashy mansions, the jewelry. Hey, man, don't be shocked at what these people have, man. Don't be amazed at what these people have, man. Because look, man, all these celebrities, man, they all sold out, man. They all sold out. Your DDGs, your Costinets, your Floyd Mayweathers, all these people, man. When Jake sees, his favorite celebrity got all these women, in his crib, he thinks, oh, they're better than me. But look, man, these people sold out, man. They sold out. And one thing these celebrities won't tell you is the stuff they had to do to obtain the riches on this side, man. They had to do a lot of crazy shit, man. Put on a dress, drink blood, sacrifice loved ones, let another man pop them, If they got sons, maybe turn them into a Momo, like D Wade, like Magic Johnson, So this is Luke 6:24, AMP. It says, but woe, judgment is coming to you who are rich, and place your faith in possessions while remaining spiritually impoverished. For you are already receiving your comfort in full, and there is nothing left to be awarded to you. And hey, man, y'all already got what you want this side, man. The cars, clothes, hoes, people idolize you, worship you. These people got tattoos of you in their shoulder, their arms, their legs. So you already got what you want this side, man. And there is nothing left to be awarded to you. But woe to you who are well fed, gorged, sated. Now for you will be hungry. Woe to you who laugh now, enjoy a life of self-indulgence. For you will mourn and weep, and deeply long for Most High. But woe to you when all the people speak well of you and praise you, for their fathers used to treat the false prophets in the same way. And amen, until this day, you see, these celebrities can do all kinds of wickedness, and people will still find a way to defend them, praise them, idolize them, worship them. So here it is, get the money, people love you, they respect you, they say nothing but good things about you. Hey, man, destruction unto you, man. Because, hey, man, if you love this world, if the world loves you, hey, man, you're an enemy to the Most High, man. Matthew 16:26, red letters, Yahweh speaking. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? And hey, man, these people are willing to sell out, man. Do all kinds of wickedness, man. Do some most crazy shit, man, that you could think of, man. They would do it, man. Sacrifice loved ones. Watch that movie, Him. it shows you, man, the process of reaching, another level. You gotta do all kinds of wickedness, man. If you want to become the greatest of all time, the Jordan, Tom Brady, if you want to sit in the table with guys like that, hey, man, you're gonna have to do a lot of wickedness, man. To reach that status, man, that GOAT status. Like how they say, there's levels to this shit. And if you want to become a GOAT in your sport, you're gonna have to do a lot of shit. And hey, when D Rose, won that MVP, hey, man, he wasn't down with what they offered him to do. Go through the doors, the humiliation ritual. Hey, he had to fix injury. He could have been, the face of the league, man. Probably bigger, better than Jordan. Because people in Chicago, they love D Rose more than MJ, man. Not just love him, but idolize him. And he could have been bigger than MJ. But, hey, didn't go through the doors, man. If you know, you know. So, hey, man, what could have been, what should have been, if only he, went through the doors, which he didn't. And he had to fix injury. So today, when you see these celebrities, man, don't be amazed on what these people got. Because it's nothing, man. And today, all this shit is getting ready to be destroyed, man. Scripture says the fashion of this world pass away. It's all vanity, man. Lay not up yourselves treasures in earth. You see, we're storing our treasures in heaven. Not on this side, the helpless place. Everything is getting ready to be destroyed, man. And all these championships, these guys that are quote unquote GOATs. Hey, man, this shit is rigged, man. Tom Brady Super Bowls. It's all bullshit, man. Especially the one against the Seahawks. Till this day, I don't know how he won that Super Bowl, man. But it's all rigged, man. Because if it was real, Seahawks would have won it. Russell Wilson's retarded ass, would have gave the ball to Marshawn Lynch, not throw it. But hey, man, it's all rigged, man. It's all rigged. And today, all this shit is getting ready to be destroyed, man. So, the point's been made. So with that, I pray this video was edifying. I'm gonna give all praise and authority to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Ma'ashah, Ba'ashim, Kapodash, double Archer Apostles, and the Ultimate Stone for giving us this percent truth. And Shalom.